this is Christy Mickelson. I'm that spirit animal chick, and today I'm going to tell you about the spirit meaning of horse. So if you are attracted to horses, have been seeing them a lot, maybe they've come to you in dreams, or if you feel like horse is your spirit animal, pay attention, because here we go. First of all, horse is always considered a very powerful energy. They're if you think of a workhorse or a racehorse or a medieval charger, there's a lot of power there. So, strong, vital, moving forward kind of energy, the kind that can just carry you over obstacles. A lot of forward momentum, driving force associated with horse energy. And as such, they are an awesome spirit animal for, anybody who's ambitious, for one, or an athlete, especially an entrepreneur. Great kind of energy to work with in a lot of ways, and at least as far as tapping into that kind of power that gets things done and gets you places. Now, horse has the balance comes to mind when working with horses, and if you speak to any kind of person that works with horses, equestrians, they're very much concerned with balance. If you're riding a horse, you want to make sure you're in balance, and the horse person has to balance between opposing desires. So one is freedom. So for many people, the ultimate symbol of a free spirit is a wild horse with mane and tail streaming behind it. Horse people tend to be very, very desirous of being free. Freedom is just big on your list, probably, if you're a horse person. Don't like to be constrained, or, it's lovely to have that feeling of just total freedom. On the other hand, horses have been working for humanity for thousands of years, and so that's the other side of these opposing forces is work. Horse people are not afraid of hard work, especially if they feel they're contributing to the good of others through their work. So it's especially nice. It's important for horse people to feel like they're making a difference. But it's easy to overwork. So kind of balancing that freedom versus work, if you can find work that is really going along with your life's purpose, that is totally ideal if you're a horse person, because then you're really going to shine. You're going to take that heart energy of yours. Horse also is to me, it's one of the animals that really resonates with the heart chakra. You think of a big heart. They talk about racehorses having a lot of heart, just that willingness to really give it your all. So for a horse person to find an avenue of work that allows them the freedom to be themselves, to follow their true inner purpose, they'll really put their heart into it and put that forward momentum into it, and can be very successful that way. On the other hand, the shadow side of horse is being scattered, unfocused, undirected. And if we think of a horse that's out of control, that's the kind of energy we're working with there. So a lot of people are afraid of horses. It's that kind of unpredictability or impulsiveness that is the cause of that. If you have a hard time following through on things that you need to do in order to follow your purpose, look for an emotional cause, because a horse is very sensitive emotionally. In fact, they use horses in therapy because horses pick up so readily on people's emotions and mirror it back to them. So it's a way for people to kind of realize what their emotions are doing, and to start being able to control those emotions. So if you are feeling like every time you start towards your purpose, you shy away from it, look for an emotional cause, and it will probably be some sort of fear, because a lot of times that underlying cause of scatteredness is fear. And don't be surprised if you really look deep and find that it's a fear of losing your freedom if you succeed, even if where you're at right now is totally not free. horses are not known for being hugely rational creatures. So when we work with them, we have to understand that, realize we're working with an emotional creature. If we're working, with the horse spirit within ourselves, we're dealing with emotions, and especially with fear, learning to overcome fear. And a big part of doing that, of overcoming your fear, when you're working with horse energy, is getting grounded. If you think about, again, an equestrian, if they're riding a horse, you really feel like you need to just kind of ground yourself into the saddle. Horse trainers, the good ones, usually will work with the horse on the ground for quite a while before they're moving up to the saddle. Just helps to get that horse, more grounded, more focused. Horse is also a really common symbol for sexuality. Freud actually saw the horse as a symbol for sex, so that's a real primal drive that can be viewed as either positive or negative. In terms of the negative connotations of sexuality, that it would look at the feelings of being out of control, being beyond your bounds, going just kind of going wild. But if sexuality is contained in a way that it is a positive, then we're looking at a type of energy that really aligns well with abundance and creativity. So looking at the horse as a symbol for creative power, and also, especially for abundance, financial abundance as well, can be an excellent spirit animal for that. In a lot of cultures, many horses meant much wealth, so abundance in that way as well. And then one last thing about horses is the idea of beauty, because a lot of people feel that the horse is one of the most beautiful animals out there, and but personally, I think that's true. I think they're gorgeous. So if you're a horse person, or a person that resonates with horse energy, you probably are attracted to beauty. You may be an artist of some sort, or just simply enjoy beautiful things. So that's all for now for the spirit meaning of horse. I hope you've enjoyed this little discussion. And if you would like to know more about spirit animals, just please visit me at brightspiritrising.com. And I do a daily email with positive affirmations, a lot of spirit animal information. And when you sign up, I don't have it quite up on my website yet, but probably by the time you hear this, it'll be there. When you sign up for my little affirmations, then I have a spirit animal guided meditation for you to help you find your spirit animal or connect with one that has a message for you today. So head on over brightspiritrising.com, and thank you so much for joining me, and see you next time.